inning, a great job to come up and make it an infield tackle. Here it is, 4th down and 8. They can pick up a first down if they get inside the 4.
And this time, Wheelersburg can call a timeout and think about this.
I mentioned Pickerel, 3 of 4 with 2 touchdowns in the playoffs. He did throw a 34-yard touchdown to Tyler Haas on a 4th and 3. So they tend to throw on 4th and 3.
But I would argue they're better off throwing when it's not expected. It's expected now.
Let's listen to what Coach Woodard had to say to his Pirates in the locker room before this game.
We deserve to win a state championship. Yes, sir. We've been checking boxes along the way. Yes, sir. And as I told you, we got a lot of people out there cheering loud, at home watching on TV, snuggled up to the radios listening. All of them understand the hard work that you put in to deserve to be here at this moment. Just like those signs said that they hung on your front doors at home, just like the signs they stuck at the hotel room, hey, you got to go out and take it. You got to go out and take it.
Coach Rob Woodward and Greg, you and I have both done games in Wheelersburg. I love going down there. It's a place where high school football matters.
It's fun. It's a great atmosphere, and certainly they've just done so well in the last, I'd say probably 7 or 8 years at least that I've seen them. You see the playoff appearances, 1 championship, 7 semifinals. And I like the defensive call here to call timeout to see what they're going to do and get his defense lined up correctly.
Here it is, 4th down and 8. They can get a first down, Ken Eastwood, but they got to get inside the 4. There's the pass. Pickerel looking for Haas in the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Good coverage. He waited a little too long to throw that.
He was late. He had him open early, and the window was closing, and the minute he hesitated, it was too late.
Evan Horsley did a nice job of recovering and getting back to cover Haas. Incomplete. Ball goes over on downs. Defense comes up huge for the Pirates.
I like the play call. They sprint right, throw it back left, and again, not an easy throw. Good coverage there by Horsley. Probably could have thrown it earlier, but hey, you know what? Give credit to that Pirates defense for getting the stop with really poor field position.
Ball was inside the 25-yard line. They kept them off the board. Nice job by Wheelersburg defense. 1st and 10. Ball at the 12-yard line for the Wheelersburg offense. And it's kept by Salyers down the sidelines. A nice job. Little zone read action that time. And Trent Salyers turns it into a first down.
And that's their first down. Think about that. This offense, this prolific offense, it took them a quarter and a third to get a first down off the read. And it took their quarterback, Salyers, to run the football. But whatever it takes.
Ball out to the 27-yard line. And this time it goes to Reyes, and he is swallowed up. A nice job by Zach Henline. First man there.
I think it's going to be really important for the Pirates to establish some sort of a running game, because if they can do that, it's going to open up the passing lanes, as is typically the case.
2nd down and 9. Salyers. Oh, Lowry, and he's hit immediately. Nice play defensively by Josh McCauley, as Cole Lowry caught it, and McCauley was on him.
That's big-time play by Josh McCauley. He sensed that little bubble. They look right, throw left, and McCauley just runs right through the block to make the play. That's great film study right there, and anticipating what's coming.
How impressed are you with the open field tackling we've seen in this first half, both sides?
Both sides, excellent. And I'm not surprised, because of the quality of the defenses we're looking at here.
3rd down and 13 after the loss. Salyers looking for Holden. Incomplete, out of bounds. Coverage was pretty good that time by Gavin Slotman. As it wasn't Haas that time, it was Slotman covering.
And that ball's just thrown out of bounds. I mean, but they're trying to throw a fade into a soft coverage. That's a difficult throw. This is throwing fades low percentage, but to the short side, it's extremely low.
Well, he kind of runs you got to run the route a little bit further away from the sideline.
He's got to box him. He's got to box out the defender.
So a punt coming up is back in punt formation. Xander Carmichael. High snap. Handled well. He gets it off. Good job by Carmichael to get that off. Takes a Wheelersburg roll, and it will be down at the 47-yard line of Eastwood. 1st and 10 from the 47 for the Eagles. What would you expect? Two 14-0 teams, two defenses showing up in the Division V state championship game.
We can talk all we want about the offense, and just special teams could be a factor here. High snap, and that's nearly blocked by Salinas. I mean, it was close. Good job catching the football and getting rid of it by Carmichael.
Carmichael did a heck of a job to catch it and then find enough room to get it off.
And he kept his composure.
Yeah.
But once again, Eastwood dominating field position.
There's Damron. And again, open field tackle, Lowry. Cole Lowry this time comes up and makes the stop.
And I just get the sense that Coach Rutherford is he's running Damron a lot early on. You know, last week Rayford had 41 carries, but you got to mix it up a little bit. I mean, obviously Rayford's not the only guy that's carrying the football, but I think it's kind of a setup that, hey, we're going to keep dripping 21, dripping 21, dripping 21, and when you least expect the 26, Rayford's going to get the football and explode.
Pickup of 3, 2nd down and 7. Rayford, but Carmichael leads the charge defensively to shut that down. Dom also there. The two linebackers, Carmichael and Dom, doing what linebackers like to do.
Impressive play by both defenses, and again, I'm not surprised. And it's I just felt the more I looked at this game, the better defense is going to win the game. I mean, because both offenses have been prolific in their own way, but you win championships with defense and taking care of the football.
3rd down and 5. Ball is at the 48-yard line of Wheelersburg. Timeout. Eastwood.
Yeah, Coach Rutherford was walking up to the referee. I think you want to get a look at that defense and get him in the right play.
We're going to step aside and take a quick timeout. We've got a good one. Scoreless, just under 7 minutes remaining in the first half. The Division V state championship game.
It's not about last year. It's not about the last game. It's about the journey. And this one lives right here. The television home of the Dayton Flyers, Spectrum Sports. Flyers basketball, Wednesday at 7 on Spectrum Sports. Tuesday nights, it's game time. Join Greg Miller, Steve Hellwagon, and Josh Harris as they break down the week's best in Ohio college football. Your teams, your schools.
Look at that acrobatic move.
What you live for lives here. Game Time Ohio, Tuesdays at 8. Only on Spectrum Sports. Exclusively on Spectrum.
You see, just under 7 minutes remaining. We are scoreless. The Division V state championship game. OHSAA State Championship Football on Spectrum Sports is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. So here it is, 3rd down and 5. Eastwood has had the better field position as of yet. Haven't been able to capitalize. You see, they've held a pretty good running back fairly much in check. Pickrell wants to throw, rolling out. Good defense looking for Haas, and well covered.
It's Micaiah Matthews who came up and knocked that down.
Good patience by Pickrell, though, for a guy that doesn't throw a lot.
But I felt like I think he had Rayford open early, and again, he hesitated. Rayford's coming into flat. I think he could have lofted this over top of the defender, but he's looking for his crosser in Haas, and he was late. And it was well covered. Would have been a tough squeeze.
Again, this is a guy that, he's thrown 4 passes so far in the playoffs, 2 in this game now.
But he can throw the football, man.
Yeah, he can.
They don't throw it all. It doesn't mean he's not qualified. He's a good
You can see
thrower.
that. You
Yes.
can see he can throw the football. Punt formation for Eastwood. Josh McCauley. High. End over end kick, fair catch. Call for it, loose. And a nice job by Cole Lowry to get on the fumble.
Whoa.
That's Cole Lowry was there specifically for that purpose.
Watch Lowry right there on the ball. Bang. Great job. Lowry's
take a look.
Yeah. Screen right here.
Well coached. You had a guy on either side of the fair catch.
I'm not sure he was there by design or he missed the block, but either way, let's give him credit.
And here is a look at the most playoff appearances, including this season. Wheelersburg among the best in the state. 29th playoff appearance. Trying to bring home their second state championship. First was back in 1989. Salyers almost picked off by McCauley. Wanted a little bubble screen, and again, you mentioned it earlier, that's film study and recognition. That's
film study because that's a bread and butter play for them. I've seen this go for a touchdown earlier in the year, and they've done this all year long. McCauley he senses this, and good job by Holden. If Holden doesn't come back to the football, that's a touchdown the wrong way. Good job by Tanner Holden right here. That's excellent film study.
You also saw the pressure on Salyers to not let him get rid of that football cleanly. 2nd down and 10, good defensive play again. Little jet sweep action this time. And look at that. Coming up to make the tackle is one of the cornerbacks.
That's Alex Ross.
Yeah, the free safety actually. But
that's your free safety.
DB crashing in, making the tackle.
But you know, that play was set up by Corey Hoffman, setting the edge right here, 83. He doesn't make the play, but he slowed it up enough that the pursuit between Ross and Schmeltz and company, they run the ball well.
Well, there's 5 white jerseys. Loss of 2, 3rd and 12 now.
Here's Wheelersburg again, 3rd and long in bad field position. You got to be careful down here.
Salyers time this time, and he runs out of time. Flag on the backside of the play. Ooh. Salyers took a big hit trying to get rid of that.
Yeah, it was a big collision, but there's a flag in the backfield. This is going to be a holding.
Salyers was kind of exposed, and there's another
Dalton Andrews is part of that collision.
D-tackle.
Holding. Offense, number 50. That penalty is going to be declined. 4th down.
So 4th down, and they will take a look at Dalton Andrews.
The pressure, I mean, they're rushing 4, and they're getting there. Here's the collision at the end.
Oh, he ran into his own man down low.
Justin Pickrell.
Yeah.
After the quarterback. But Salyers has really not had time to throw the football.
No, not at all. And when he has, the Eagles defense has diagnosed what it was pretty quickly.
And if you're Wheelersburg, you know, how often do you struggle rushing the football and struggle protecting your quarterback? That's an exception to the rule.
So, good sign is Pickrell able to walk off under his own power. Certainly hope he's okay. Coming up at half, Bob Goldring, the Senior Director of Operations for the OHSAA. We'll talk with Neil Sika. We'll also have highlights and more. That's coming up at the half from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. And lining up in punt formation is Xander Carmichael again, just in his own end zone. Hits a driving spiral this time. Ross sneaks through and gets flag comes in on the backside of that. He got to the 40-yard line of Wheelersburg. Is that a flag, or did he throw a beanbag?
It looked like a flag, but
yeah. It might have just been the beanbag for the spot.
Yes. But the punt return capability, it's been close. You can see there's a window there. If he can get past that first wave, they could score with the punt return.
It was a flag. Somebody picked it up awfully quickly, though.
Maybe they were going to call kick catch interference, and no.
Illegal block in the back is the preliminary signal.
Block in the back on a return team, number 16. 10-yard penalty. Result's going to be a 1st down.
So that'll back the ball up on Eastwood's half of the field at the 46-yard line, but still really good field position.
And let me just say again, Wheelersburg has 1 first down. 16 West is going to push right here. Yep, that's a good call. Nice call, guys, in the stripes. Well done.
So they sneak Combs in the backfield, and nobody was buying it. Great penetration.
Parsley again. Wow, is he having a game.
He's going out and celebrating that first team All-State selection with a heck of a state championship game.
I mean, he's just shedding blocks. I mean, I'm telling you, the guard play for Eastwood is these guards, Seth Welch, Hunter Slapman, and Reed Buckman. Those guys are good.
2nd and 11. Play action. Pickrell has a man wide open, and it's complete. Gamron.
So that's a completion. Ball fumbled forward.
And they say it's out at the 17.
So they're going to pick up about 12 yards in the fumble, and that ball just trickled out of bounds.
So Sealer on Gamron. That's a nice throw.
That's a nice throw. And he had a couple guys open. That ball did come out. Oh, my. And
yeah,
Lowry was there. Oof.
Damron's got to tuck that.
Yeah. Yes, he does. I wouldn't tolerate that. You know that. But he had 2 guys open that play. That's when they throw on first down. You got guys open.
Ball at the 17-yard line of Wheelersburg. 1st and 10 for Eastwood. Rayford has a hole. Rayford inside the 10, down to the 8. Jaden Rayford with some running room.
And he had running room because he cut it back. Watch him. He goes forward. He's going to read the cutback. It's kind of like right at Nick Parsley. Read it and then cut it back. He gets the grain. And he doesn't need much of a seam. A little jump cut. I mean.
Whew. Damron with a nice block there as well.
Well, they've been knocking on the door the whole first half. They were down here once and didn't score.
2nd and 1 after the 9-yard pickup by Rayford. Rayford again. First down. Just inside the 7. Nick Parsley up off the bottom of the pile again.
Or they keep running right at him. But here you go. You got first down, I believe.
Yeah,
first down. And we'll call it 6.5. First and goal, 6.5.
6.5.
I like that.
Inside of 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Damron gets the corner. Touchdown, Damron. Eastwood scores first on the Celion Damron 6-yard touchdown run.
He's had the bulk of the carries in the first half, and he's showing that he can not only run the football, he had a great catch to set this one up, but watch the guard pulling this way. Both guards pull, and he bounces this outside. A great read on the bounce. I wasn't so sure he could do it, but with that speed, it's a foot race to the corner. Big time play, the first big play of the game.
So Jacob Hahn will come on to try to tack on the point after. Snap and set are good. Hahn's kick. No good. No good. It remains Eastwood 6, Wheelersburg nothing. Take a look as a nice job to kind of get outside and then just enough to get that corner.
He got a great block from his guard. I believe it was Slapman. But a good job bouncing out to the outside, and it was a foot race.
So Eastwood on the board first inside of 4 minutes remaining in this first half. Let's check that point after.
But they missed the extra point. You can't miss the extra point, guys. Oh, my.
Whew.
That's, we might be talking about that in a couple hours. But nonetheless, they've controlled the entire first half of field position, time of possession, and they at least have points to show for it finally.
And Damron Hughes had the reception, was fortunate that Wheelersburg didn't come up with that fumble.
That's true.
recovery.
That ball was very, very close to staying in bounds, but He made the big catch and a touchdown run. But Wheelersburg, 6-0, nothing for them. They trailed last week 10-0, and they came back to win. They trailed against Columbus Academy. They came back to win.
Connor Oberhaus kicks it off, and it's grabbed by Reyes. Reyes out across the 30 to the 32-33 yard line, where Wheelersburg will have the best field position they've had since very early in that first quarter.
Since the opening drive. This is their by far their best. They can breathe a little bit. They can call their offense. I think it's key for Coach Woodward to stay calm and patient here, which they've done. They've been in this position. They were there last week. They just need a couple first downs, get in their rhythm, and get some confidence going.
They spot the ball at the 33-yard line. They get it out quickly to Holden, and there's Haas. Nice open field tackle by Tyler Haas on Tanner Holden, the D5 co-offensive player of the year.
And another key there is Josh McCauley is very acutely aware of where Tanner Holden is. So as Haas is coming to make the play, the linebacker McCauley is running this way, right here. You see two guys out there coming out there. They understand what's going on. They're not going to let him go one-on-one too much.
Takes away one of the areas he can run to on that.
And that allows Haas to really pursue from the outside in because he knows he's got help coming. That's very important.
Picked up 2, 2nd down and 8. Salyer looking, has a man. It's complete. Bryson Keeney into Eastwood territory at the 40-yard line. A lot of attention to Holden inside. Keeney snuck loose outside.
Well, he had multiple guys open on this play. Play action pass, wide open to the outside of the hill. Great read, great throw. Good job cutting it back by Keeney. That's the big play they needed to get some energy into their sideline.
Ball at the 38-yard line of Eastwood now, 1st and 10. Salyer wanted to throw to Holden, goes back to Keeney. Break one tackle, but the Eagles pursuing like crazy on defense. Down to the 35.
Good patience there by Trent Salyers. Really wasn't open down the field. But you know what? I like it here. They're changing up the tempo. They're just deciding, hey, let's throw the ball and spread the field out and let our quarterback make some plays. Good poise, not throwing it downfield and being patient.
He wanted to go to Holden, and Holden was well covered. Pick up the 4, 2nd down and 6. Salyers wide open over the middle, complete again. And down to the 20-yard line, it's a 1st down. Matthews out of the backfield. You're starting to see this offense find a little room.
Well, it's called making an adjustment. You're struggling to run the football. Hey, let's spread it out and throw. We can do that. That's the thing. They have another gear. And that changes the whole tempo of what's going on.
Ball now at the 20-yard line of Eastwood. Salyer pulls it. Nice open field tackle by Kaufman. Corey Kaufman.
Boy, Kaufman's having a great game from his outside linebacker position. You got to respect the quarterback run. Good job on the read. Matthews looks like he's got the ball, and Kaufman stays home. But he still picks up 3 yards.
2nd and 7, inside a minute 30 remaining, first half. Wheelersburg down 6, but threatening.
And Holden's in the backfield.
They're going to just swing it out to Holden. Holden cuts it upfield. Holden, flag on the play. Flag on the play. Ball is spotted inside the 5, but a flag came in from the side.
Holding on the outside from the spot, though. Oh, they took it away. Oof.
So the ball is at the 4. 1st and goal from the 4. So they picked up the flag.
Picked up the flag, but again, another adjustment. They put Holden in the backfield. Like, we're not having any luck splitting them out. Let's put him in the backfield and swing him out. You got to be creative to find ways to get the ball to your playmakers.
Carmichael, Xander Carmichael, the bruising running back down to the 1. Carmichael is a guy they use in short yardage situations. 27, that's his 28th carry of the year. He's got 7 rushing touchdowns.
And they're going to line up quick and go. They're trying to catch him in a personnel situation here.
Here it is, Salyers. No signal, there it is, touchdown Salyers. Nice job of up-tempoing it by Trent Salyers. He gets into the end zone, and point after could put Wheelersburg ahead.
Well, there's the quick strike. They want to throw in the football, which is what they're very good at. They spread the field out. They got a couple big plays. Big swing pass to Tanner Holden, and that was a quick touchdown.
Jalen Miller, earlier this year, kicked a school record 43-yard field goal. Nails the point after that puts Wheelersburg ahead 7-6.
Well, it seemed like for a while we weren't going to have any scoring. And now both teams score back-to-back drives, 7-6. Great pusher because he was not in initially.
There he is. Yeah, he got
second surge.
Kind of got
right
up
here. He stopped, but he's going to keep pushing.
Got a little bit of help from his friend.
Absolutely. C.J. Hall pushed him in at the end. And that electrified the Pirate faithful on the sideline in the stands.
You see 7 of 13, 58 yards throwing the football. Right now, rushing touchdown. Big play.
Right, but it was the pass set up the run. We talked about that in the open as far as this offense, and you know the fact is they can adjust. You know, they were struggling to run the football. I think they felt like they had to run the football early, and then they're getting stuffed. So hey, we got some field position. Let's throw it. Let's open it up. Let's spread out this defense. As good as this Eastwood defense is against the run, the front seven, I just spread them out because you put down, you give your skill guys a little better chance to make plays, and that last drive is evidence of that.
See, 8 plays, 67 yards, 257. Salyers carries it into the end zone. The point after puts Wheelersburg ahead. Here's the kickoff. McCauley from the 9. Josh McCauley. Oh, he's got room. Josh McCauley across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Flag comes in.
And that's on the sideline. That's thrown on the Wheelersburg sideline.
It's just going to be a sideline warning, likely. Yeah, sideline warning. Good return, though, by McCauley.
Well, Eastwood's they look really good in their punt return, their kick return game. I mean, they've looked like they've been close all day long to busting one. And I really feel like in a game like this, you know, that could be a difference for them if they can break one of those for a touchdown. But it sets up nice field position with 33 seconds. Let's see what they do.
Couple of timeouts still for Eastwood. And a little bit of a jet sweep. Coombs trying to turn the corner. Nothing done any. That's another guy. He and Parsley have been making plays all over the field for Wheelersburg.
Well, he's in the secondary. He's got 57 tackles coming into the game, so clearly he knows how to run downhill, and this is just, they're going to stretch it and stretch it and stretch it. Lowry's there as well. Very impressive.
Loss of a yard, and they're going to just head to the locker room.
Yeah, Coach Rutherford's happy.
Yeah.
He'll take it.
So we've got a good one going. The D5 state championship on the line, 7-6. Wheelersburg with a late touchdown takes the lead on Eastwood with the point after. On the, you have to be pretty happy if you are Coach Woodward and Wheelersburg. Let's head down to the sidelines as Gabrielle Cruz has Coach Woodward.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Well, it took almost the whole first half, but you guys get on the board and you're ahead. A great answer to Eastwood. What was clicking there?
Well, we got two outstanding defenses competing right here. We're trying to just find a way and that we can achieve, try to exploit different things in that defense. We were able to make a big play there. We missed a couple earlier, but this has been the style of these guys. They've been just grinding it out. When you play good football teams, it takes a little bit to pick things up, but we got things going there and able to put some points on the board.
You mentioned before the game, you talked about senior leadership. What are you going to tell the guys, especially? What do you need from your seniors in the second half?
Honestly, these guys do such a great job of picking up one another. They'll have everything addressed in there as a coach, and that's what you want to see is kids taking control in there in the locker room. I know they will.
Cool. Well, this is fun. We'll see you in the second half. Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
All right. Rob Woodward obviously very happy, and you got to be impressed with both defenses.
Yeah, both defenses playing great. I think both coaches are happy at halftime because they're both in the football game and they can make their adjustments going forward.
1-point game at half.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Your TWC TV app is now the Spectrum TV app. It still has all of the same great features, but with a brand new look. You can use it to watch live TV, thousands of on-demand movies, and your favorite shows, plus search, save, and more. And now it's available on more devices than ever before. So update your TV app today and start enjoying TV on your terms.
Weeknights.
Come on, you don't know.
Are for the self-proclaimed voice of truth and reason.
Hello? What, you've never been on a talk show?
At 6, Lesson Company break down the night in sports live, taking your calls and battling the ridiculous.
What? I'm just reading you what Bob is writing.
More sports and less Levine, Monday through Thursday night at 6 on Spectrum Sports. Exclusively on Spectrum. This is it. This is what you worked for. This is what you fought for. This is what you live for. The state championships live here on Spectrum Sports. Exclusively on Spectrum. It's not about last year. It's not about the last game. It's about the journey. And this one lives right here. The television home of the Dayton Flyers, Spectrum Sports. Flyers basketball, Wednesday at 7 on Spectrum Sports. You're watching the OHSAA Football State Championships exclusively on Spectrum Sports. The rights to this broadcast have been granted by the OHSAA, representing 822 high schools across Ohio and more than 350,000 boys and girls who participate annually in OHSAA-sponsored athletic competitions. Any rebroadcast or republication of the programming without the written consent of Spectrum Sports and the OHSAA is strictly prohibited.
Defense, special teams, championship football. Sound familiar? Jim Tressel's smiling somewhere. Wheelersburg leading Eastwood 7-6 at the half of the Division 5 title tilt here in Canton. Neil, Harrison, and Matt as we get into the first half pictures of the opening 24 minutes, which featured 9 combined punts. But finally some action toward the tail end of that first half, and Eastwood would get it going. Through the air, mind you. A nice catch, Leon Damron. And got a bit of good fortune too as that fumbled forward out of bounds on the pickup. Later in the drive, on 1st and goal, use that big offensive line. Damron in for the 6-yard score. Point after, no good by Hahn. That could loom large. 6-0 Eagles. Up-tempo, Wheelersburg's offense was stifled. And Eagle D is legit, but they finally get it going. Holden the reception here, gets inside. They picked up that flag. And then it's Trent Salyers, the quarterback, going in from a couple yards out. They add the extra point. They lead 7-6 at the tail end of the first. And you look at those first half numbers. Not a lot of robust offense either way, but that's a testament to how good the defenses have been for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, and when you look at the defense and what, you look at that stat right there, 74 total yards from Wheelersburg. They had 80 yards on that last drive. They went into that last drive -6 total yards for the game going into it. That's how good Eastwood's defense has been tonight. Yeah, maybe a little bit of lapse. That up-tempo caught them off guard a little bit, but they have been excellent all night. Gavin Slapman, Tyler Haas, both those guys on the outside have contained Lowry and Holden. You saw Holden moved into the backfield, so they're trying to do some different things with him. But again, this Eastwood defense has been just right where they need to be, making tackles, not a lot of missed tackles. They've been right on point all night long and have made it really tough for Wheelersburg to even run the ball or throw the ball heading into that last drive.
As good as advertised, 3 of the 4 Pirate first downs coming on that drive, and they had to look elsewhere. Holden had the reception to get him inside 1st and goal, but they've used their other options.
Yeah, after a while, Rob Woodward seemed like he had a different game plan for that final drive. Tyler Hawes has been amazing for Eastwood so far in the defensive backfield, making Tanner Holden almost unusable so far offensively. Only 1 reception to start the game. So in that last drive, Bryson Keeney was found by his quarterback, Trent Sawyers, 2 different times in that drive, expanding the offense, and that allowed eventually the Pirates, when they got in the red zone, to find Holden again and then eventually get into the end zone. So it's diversifying the offense that allowed the Pirates to get that touchdown drive right before the end of the half.
I mean, you mentioned those 9 punts. That's because neither team converted any 3rd downs the entire first half.
And Eastwood took it inside the 10 once and turned it over on downs. They were playing the field position game, but that defense as good as advertised. They trail, though. Special teams looming large. Pirates lead by 1 at the half. More coming up here in Kent.
It's not about last year. It's not about the last game. It's about the journey. And this one lives right here. The television home of the Dayton Flyers, Spectrum Sports. Flyers basketball, Wednesday at 7 on Spectrum Sports.
On the spectacular new campus of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the OHSAA Football State Championships return to Canton November 30th through December 2nd at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. The pinnacle of the high school season returns to the birthplace of football as Stark County welcomes back all 7 title games. Log on to the football page at ohsaa.org for information on the state playoffs and tickets. Make it a weekend to remember with the state championships and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Don't miss your chance to be part of history.
Weeknights.
Come on, you don't know.
Are for the self-proclaimed voice of truth and reason.
Hello? What, you've never been on a talk show?
At 6, Les and Company break down the night in sports live, taking your calls and battling the ridiculous.
What? I'm just reading you what Bob is writing.
More sports and Les Levine, Monday through Thursday night at 6 on Spectrum Sports. Exclusively on Spectrum.
At Spectrum, we know you want it all. Speed and reliability. Strength and flexibility. Everything at your fingertips, instantly. This is our challenge. It's why we've built an advanced fiber-rich network that connects hundreds of millions of devices today and countless more tomorrow. That's why our work is never done. Spectrum, redefining what a cable company can be.
This is it. This is what you worked for. This is what you fought for. This is what you live for. The state championships. Kirtland, Marion Local. Saturday at 9:30 on Spectrum Sports. Exclusively on Spectrum.
Only 0.5% of all high school student athletes play basketball in college. But all 100% of them become adults. That's why playing basketball on their high school team is so important. High school athletes learn life lessons that help them grow up. Lessons that can't be taught in the classroom and often aren't taught at home. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Celion Dameron striking first. A 6-yard counter play. The power running game of the Eagles. They went up 6-0, but trail. The Pirates of Wheelersburg responded at 7-6 at the half for the Division 5 state championship. Neil Sika, Bob Goldring, who is the senior director of operations for the OHSAA. Great to see you.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
It's always good to be back in Canton. Of course, it was great to be at Ohio Stadium, and any location on the road to the state football championships. It's always a process, right? First round, you have the home sites. Second round, third round, fourth round, neutral sites. And the process that's involved with selecting those, I'm sure, is a challenge. It's like a puzzle piece, right?
It sure is. I thought I'd talk about that a little bit. First of all, we send out requests to our schools, and they send us back information and let us know not only when they're available, but if they're available for all the certain dates. So we compile a spreadsheet. Probably the main focus we have is finding sites that are best for our participating schools and their fans. Then we'll look at other things like field conditions, parking, locker rooms, set up for the media, and those type of things. And then schools that are selected to host, they get a nice stipend that covers all their costs, and they're able to generate some revenue by keeping the concession sales along with parking.
Now the challenge, of course, I'm sure some schools are wondering why they have to travel farther than others, and you just referenced the fact facilities are better. You're looking maybe, though, for equidistant opportunities that best suits both parties.
Well, we try our best. The process actually begins a couple days before the actual contest. Bo Rugg from our staff is our football administrator. He has a committee that he puts together, and they'll work on looking at the different scenarios based on what's available. So if Team A is going to win and face Team B, where is the best place? What if it's Team A against Team C, and those type of things. I think what sometimes gets lost in the shuffle is you may have a site that looks perfect between the two schools that are participating, and yet they may not have put in a bid to host. They can't get enough workers. They may have conflicts with other school activities. They may not want to host that game. So I think sometimes people may think, hey, this site is equal distance. We ought to go to that. It's a beautiful facility, and yet that may not be available. It may not be the best site. So invariably, somebody's going to have to travel further than the other school.
Well, speaking of beautiful facility, we're in one now, returning to Stark County, which hosted, or at least this facility when it was Fawcett Stadium, hosted championship games for the first time in '98. But have you found that transition smooth coming back from Columbus?
Well, it's a gorgeous facility. Everyone's been great to work with. We're learning a few things, being that it is new along the way, but so far it's so good. We had some teams in the post-game, last game that I was involved with, and the media asked them, coach, players, what do you think? This place is great. Ohio Stadium is beautiful, but this is just as nice as well. So a lot to work out, but so far everyone seems to love it.
Bob, the big marquee this year, the playoffs back on Friday night, all divisions on Friday night throughout. How have you felt the response has been? I know the OHSAA's intention to make sure that high school football remains on Friday night and is the primary focus across the state of Ohio.
Well, you just hit the key. We got some feedback from our State Coaches Association, and I think they felt that Friday night is the night for high school football in the state of Ohio, as it is in most places nationally. The other thing that we looked at, quite frankly, was the attendance numbers, and we found that on Saturday, the last several years, there's been quite a drop-off from Friday to Saturday. And I think a lot of that has to do with families with other activities that they are involved with, the popularity of college football, the number of games on TV. In Ohio, with the success of Ohio State, there's probably a lot of people that go to the games and even want to stay home and watch them. I should mention out 2 weekends ago were the regional finals, and we played a course on that Friday, and I think it was November 17th. We actually lucked out, if you recall, late that afternoon and early evening on that Saturday was when we had those torrential rainfalls and high winds. So we actually lucked out that day that none of our teams had to play that evening.
We do a fantastic job. Great stuff as always. Great seeing you, and look forward to the rest of the weekend.
I sure appreciate it, and thanks for Spectrum for being here.
You got it. Bob Goldring, Senior Director of Operations, OHSAA. Harrison, Matt, back at the desk. We'll have some thoughts heading into half number 2 of the Division 5 championship after this.
Tuesday nights, it's game time. Join Greg Miller, Steve Hellwagon, and Josh Harris as they break down the week's best in Ohio college football. Your teams, your schools.
Look at that acrobatic move.
What you live for lives here. Game Time Ohio, Tuesdays at 8. Only on Spectrum Sports. Exclusively on Spectrum. Tuesday nights are for Ohio college football. Spectrum Sports is teaming up with your favorite site where Ohio State fans gather. 11 Warriors Report. Join the pros from 11 Warriors as they preview the week ahead and deliver everything Scarlet and Gray fans need to know. 11 Warriors Report. Tuesday nights. Only on Spectrum Sports. Exclusively on Spectrum.
At Spectrum, we believe you get out what you put in. Think about it. More than 1 million businesses thriving because they've got our fast, reliable internet voice and TV service. We sweat every detail because your reliability relies on ours. That's why we've invested billions in our fiber-rich network, and we'll never stop putting more into our business so you can get more out of yours. Spectrum, redefining what a cable company can be.
It's not about last year. It's not about the last game. It's about the journey. And this one lives right here. The television home of the Dayton Flyers, Spectrum Sports. Flyers basketball, Wednesday at 7 on Spectrum Sports.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Atop the high school football pyramid in the state of Ohio is Division I. Mentor, Pickerington Central. Later tonight, championship pregame at 7:30. Fantastic histories for both schools, but they've never had the name engraved on the trophy. Neil, Harrison, Matt, some thoughts and perspective going into half number 2 of this one. 7-6 Wheelersburg. Do they stay with that up-tempo stuff we saw on the last drive?
Well, I'll tell you this. They should. Now, if they do intend on winning, they're going to have to punt the ball a lot better than they did in that first half. And then for Eastwood, if you're going to run the ball like they are, you can't have delay of game penalties because you know you have to run the ball all the way down the field.
Yeah, I think that, you've had 28 turnovers on the year for Wheelersburg, 31 turnovers for Eastwood. Somebody's going to get a big turnover in this game, and it's going to turn the tide.
All right, we're going to find out who that will be. 7-6 Pirates at the break. Second half comes your way next with Dave, Greg, and Gabrielle. Enjoy it. See you for the postgame.
This is it. This is what you worked for. This is what you fought for. This is what you live for. The state championships. Mentor, Pickerington Central. Friday at 7:30 on Spectrum Sports. Exclusively on Spectrum.
He will score!
Still on the move. Now he shoots it.
What you live for lives here. We are Spectrum Sports, exclusively on Spectrum.
On the spectacular new campus of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the OHSAA Football State Championships return to Canton November 30th through December 2nd at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. The pinnacle of the high school season returns to the birthplace of football as Stark County welcomes back all 7 title games. Log on to the football page at ohsaa.org for information on the state playoffs and tickets. Make it a weekend to remember with the state championships and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Don't miss your chance to be part of history.
Sunday mornings at 10:30, Spectrum Sports takes an in-depth look at your community.
People are talking about it.
In Focus with Mike Kohlmeyer, a half-hour show that digs deeper into the issues you and your family care about. A place where decision makers come together and highlight the issues that matter to you, your community, your state, your show. In Focus with Mike Kohlmeyer, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on Spectrum Sports, exclusively on Spectrum.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is an exclusive presentation of Spectrum Sports, presented by Nationwide Children's Hospital Sports Medicine. When your child needs a hospital, everything matters. By American Dairy Association Mideast, fuel up with chocolate milk. By Spectrum, redefining what a cable company can be. And by Toyota, let's go places. Now, the 2017 state championships continue live from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton.
And we have a good one going in Division 5, 7-6, Wheelersburg leading Eastwood. Along with my partner, Greg Fry, I'm Dave Bacon. And Greg, you touched on it in the beginning. Both of these teams have different styles of offenses, but the defenses are a constant, and they've shown up.
Yeah, both offenses, we've talked about them a lot this year, how great they are, but the defenses all year long, both defenses coming in, only giving up 8 points per game. And that showed up in the first half, dominated by both defenses. Very impressive efforts. That's why we have such a close ball game.
Wheelersburg's defense, outstanding. Nick Parsley showing up big time. C.J. Hall as well. And Carmichael, that defensive front seven has been outstanding.
Yeah, with their Avery Danini in there as well, and Cole Lowry, they've been after him, especially Nick Parsley. He has had a great first half. He's been a beast.
Well, Eastwood, Tyler Haas has really held Holden in check, and that linebacking core has done good. I've been impressed with the open field tackling on both sides of the football.
Yeah, Corey Hoffman, the linebacker play, Josh McCauley, Schmeltz, and Pickrell, those guys, it's a defense that runs the ball well, and they've done a great job. 4 first downs only given up by that defense in the first half.
You see the average starting drive for Eastwood, their own 47, Wheelersburg their own 22, and Wheelersburg has a 7-6 lead.
Well, Coach Rutherford's got to be happy. They've controlled the clock, they've controlled field position, and they're in a 1-point game.
Let's head to the sidelines as Gabriella Cruz had a chance to talk with both of the coaches and has their comments. Gabriella?
Thank you, guys. Well, actually, just Coach Rutherford, as we heard from Coach Woodward before, but Rutherford out of the locker room said that his guys, not a whole lot of constructive criticism for them. He's happy with what they're doing out there, but right now they've got to be offensively aggressive, and he said, just have fun. He was all smiles throughout the entire time I've talked to him before the game and at halftime, so they're out here to have fun and get the job done.
And there's a good look as we kind of touched on a little bit. Wheelersburg will get the ball to start this third quarter, an important drive for Eastwood, more so than Wheelersburg.
I think this is an important drive for both teams. This is a tone setter because Wheelersburg scored in the last drive of the first half. If they can score here and get a 14-6, they're really in control of this football game. But if this Eastwood defense can get a quick stop like they did in the first half, we got a ball game. But to me, this is the drive of the game. This is a tone setter for the way the second half is going to go.
There is Jacob Hahn getting set to tee it up. The deep men awaiting the kick at their 15-yard line. Reyes from his 18 gets across the 30. Out near the 31-yard line where that Wheelersburg offense will take over. And obviously, one of these teams is going to finish off a perfect season. You see, 6 teams unbeaten coming into the state championship game. That seems like a lot.
That's incredible. That really is. It's 15-0 is such a magic number.
So Trotwood in Division III, Steubenville Division IV, these 2 and 5. And here is a look at Trent Salyers, 7 of 13, 58 yards. Also has 14 rushing yards on that big 2-yard touchdown run. Reyes, not much running room as the interior of that Eagles defense ready to pick up where they left off.
And I wanted to see the halftime adjustments by Coach Woodward and his staff offensively to see if they go back to that spread in the field. They run the ball in the first play to get stuffed right away. This Eastwood defense is just, they're very good against the run.
So the line of scrimmage a little bit quicker.
Yes.
So maybe that's the adjustment, up tempo. Salyers rolling out, incomplete. And McCauley ready to undercut that route to Lowry.
Josh McCauley's been hanging around the football all day long. And again, we talked about the film study. You know, when they sprint out, he knew exactly where to go. He ran to the flat, got underneath that little bit of a arrow route, if you want to call it. No room to throw for Salyers. 3rd and long again. Neither team has picked up a 3rd down conversion yet today.
It's a testament to the defenses we were talking about.
3rd and long.
Yeah. Well, 3rd and 9 here. 4 wides, and now they motion Matthews out. Salyers keeps it. Nothing doing. Not fooled by that even a little bit. As
Salinas was one of the guys there.
And the other one was Henline. Henline, the first one.
When they're rushing 4 right here, this is a design quarterback draw, and both these guys come off the ball. Wow, Henline, that's a big-time play.
Slotman as well. Yeah.
Slatman came off his block. Hunter Slatman, 6'1", 205 senior. Green out.
4th down in a punting situation. Matthews. Carmichael with a short kick hits at the 41 and takes a bounce as Ross clears out, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 43.
That is the 5th 3-and-out by the Wheelersburg offense today.
So let's see what adjustments the Eastwood offense makes. Jake Pickrell.
I think their adjustments are going to be real simple up front. Just, a couple blocking adjustments for that offensive line, adjustment for the defensive front moving around. Very subtle, but they're not going to get out of what they do, that's for sure.
Rayford, 55 yards in that first half. There's a pitch. Rayford through the hole. And a nice job to lower his shoulder and finish the run. Picks up 9.
Cole Lowry comes up and makes the play, but that's a little bit of a different look.
Letting him pick his hole a little bit.
It's still like running power because they're going to pull. Everybody's stretching to the right like that on a toss sweep. Gets a good block outside, but attacking more to the outside.
What does the pitch do? Does that allow your blocks to set up a little bit?
I just think it's a quick way to get it outside, really.
2nd down and 1 after the 9-yard pickup. Cameron breaks 1 tackle, and then pursuit comes, but a 1st down, as that one's inside the 45 of Wheelersburg.
And Matthews comes up to make that play, and this play looks like he's got a chance outside. It looks like he's going to bounce it, but good job there by Cole Lowry, the first one there. But a host of black shirts there. No, that's a play a lot of times that Rayford's going to take for a touchdown. Not today.
Ball at the 44 of Wheelersburg. Rayford. Cole Lowry. That's called getting low. And you better get low with that guy.
Well, Nick Parsley once again kind of blew up the hole and forced Rayford to cut that back. 63 right there, almost gets him, and Lowry comes in, goes way low. Still a nice pickup. They get, let's call it 3 yards on 1st down. That's a win for this offense.
Ball now at the 41-yard line of Wheelersburg. 2nd down and 7. Combs Williams has some room, cuts it upfield. A nice job of closing by Carmichael, but it's 3rd and 1.
That's a great tackle by Carmichael, and I like the cutback there by Combs, getting north and south. A little jet sweep action, get the ball quickly outside. A great block by his guard, Seth Welch. Again, their guard play is excellent.
Carmichael, a first-team All-State linebacker, made the tackle. 3rd down and 1 for these Eagles. 35-yard line of Wheelersburg. Oh, Parsley in the backfield again blew that up. Wow.
Just penetration as the guard pulls, he jumped the gap. Rayford does a great job getting that back and pick it up another yard. It was 3rd and 1, now it's 4th and 2, and clearly this is a no decision. They're going to go.
Ball at the 36-yard line. You're not going to gain much by kicking it.
And Damron's a guy that had a lot of success in the first half here. Let's see if they go with the Obby from Rayford or switch him up and go to Damron.
4th down and 2. Eagles go for it. Rayford. I don't think he got it. No, he didn't. Wow. Defense does it and holds on downs. Ball goes over on downs.
That's a great stop by that Pirates defense. They held their ground. 3rd and short, 2 downs.
So Wheelersburg's defense holds, and the offense will get the ball back.
Well,
Take a look at Nick Parsley
again.
4 tackles for loss, 5 solos, 8 tackles.
He's been a beast.
That's why he earned first-team All-State in Division 5.
There's a reason for that.
Ball at the 35. The Pirates offense back on the field. They motion Reyes out. And Salinas, the big hit. Oh, Antonio Salinas. He says I'm first-team All-State too, Dave.
Wow. I mean, wow. 6'1", 205 senior. He just ran right through the block. That's over Caleb Browning. Watch him run through Browning right there and just swallow the quarterback. Watch him run through the block.
All the way back to the 25. They do the little bubble screen to Holden. Nice tackle in the open field by Justin Pickerel, the sophomore, to shut that down after a short gain.
Yeah, that's a big-time tackle. That's because that's a bread-and-butter play, and if you miss that tackle, Tanner Holden will go to the end zone.
3rd and 15 for Wheelersburg.
Excellent play by the linebacker Pickerel, only a sophomore.
Salyers. Hit as he throws, incomplete. All kinds of pressure. Hunter Slotman all after it. He's had a couple of big plays in this 3rd quarter. Hunter Slotman.
Great plays. That's just a willingness to get to the quarterback. They're only rushing 4. Very fortunate to get rid of that football.
But all 4 of them were getting after Salyers. So Carmichael drops back in punt formation. He awaits the snap at his 19. Alex Ross is awaiting the kick at his 43-yard line.
I feel like we're watching a replay of the first half.
Nice kick by Carmichael. Oh, it's over Ross's head. Takes a little bit of an Eastwood bounce, and Ross picks it up, and great coverage on the play. So back at the 25, 26-yard line. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. Oh, hang on. Penalty on the field. So let's check this out before we go. Personal foul against Eastwood. So we're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. 7-6, Wheelersburg leads.
Weeknights.
Come on, you don't know.
Are for the self-proclaimed voice of truth and reason.
Hello? What, you've never been on a talk show?
At 6, Lesson Company break down the night in sports live, taking your calls and battling the ridiculous.
LeBron, I'm just reading you what Bob is writing.
More sports and less Levine. Monday through Thursday night at 6 on Spectrum Sports. Exclusively on Spectrum.
On the spectacular new campus of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the OHSAA Football State Championships return to Canton November 30th through December 2nd at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. The pinnacle of the high school season returns to the birthplace of football as Stark County welcomes back all 7 title games. Log on to the football page at ohsaa.org for information on the state playoffs and tickets. Make it a weekend to remember with the state championships and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Don't miss your chance to be part of history.
Welcome back. Back in motion quickly is that was a backwards pass. Matthews picks it up and gets out near midfield. And now the Eastwood defense swarming all over that, throws them for a loss. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9.
Clearly a huge penalty. 4th and 15. 15-yard penalty picks up the 1st down. But once again, 3rd and long situation for this Pirates offense. This Eastwood defense has been stingy.
3rd down and 9 for Wheelersburg. Ball back at the 46-yard line of the Pirates. Little pump fake. Salyers brought down again. Flag comes in late. Slotman and Henline. Wonder if that's going to be a horse collar. And in fact, that's what the call is going to be.
They run a little stunt. He just grabs a jersey. Zach Henline.
And there it is. So a couple of 15-yard penalties have extended drives on 3rd and, well, 4th down, really. What would be 4th down for...
This defense had them stopped twice.
Yeah. So ball now at the 44-yard line of Eastwood for Wheelersburg. Oh, and from the backside, Salinas brings down Reyes.
Well, I mean, even with the penalties, this defense keeps making plays. I mean, it is incredible how fast this defensive line is. Salinas is going to come from the backside, chase that down. Woo.
2nd down and 12 now for the Wheelersburg offense. Reyes behind Salyers. Oh, he's hitting. He got hit almost before he took the hand off.
Come out?
No, it didn't. Seth Welch hit him. It's amazing it didn't. That's called penetration there, Greg.
I don't know how Salyers held on that football. 58, Seth Welch. Just right through, didn't get touched. I mean, he ran to Reyes before he got the football. How did this ball not come out? Whew. Great job hanging on.
3rd down and 12 for the Pirates offense. Salyers throws complete. Not going to get the 1st down. Nice job of recovering. Tyler Haas recovered nicely. Also in on the tackle, Schmeltzer.
Excellent job by Salyers there, keeping his composure and finding the open receiver. Good job knowing where the open receiver is. Excellent job tackling to make sure they don't get the 1st down. So you got a 4th and 2.
So Keeney was the receiver. It's 4th down and 2 offense still on the field. Carmichael in the backfield. Movement.
No. They called timeout.
They did call timeout. Wheelersburg called timeout. And you see Salyers.
He's limping. I don't see him coming out, but I think Coach Woodward wanted to rethink that play call.
So both defenses continue to show up in a big way in this 3rd quarter.
The Pirates got a big 4th down stop last drive.
Here's Eastwood's playoff history, their 11th appearance. their first ever state championship game appearance, and they've done quite well, thank you. They show why they're here.
They are deserving to be here. This is a good football team. This defense is.
Woof. Fourth down and 2. And Salyers is on the sidelines. He's not in the main huddle.
Well, if you're going to hand it off, maybe you give him a rest.
Well, the backup quarterback, now looks like the punt team is on. Carmichael is the punter. Now they could also.
He could pooch this around.
Oh, it's a bad snap. And Carmichael's going to be brought down back at the 40. Not sure what they were going to do, but that wasn't it. So Eastwood comes up with a big play on that. Fourth down and 2.
I'm not sure what that was going to be. It could have been a pooch punt or catch it and follow. You could see 30 and 71. He was going to follow those guys. That was going to be a sweep to the left, and he just dropped it.
Or it could have been a directional kick as well.
I don't think so. I think you can see those guys running in front of him to block. But nonetheless.
Either way, the defense of Eastwood, 2 big penalties that extended that drive, and they turn it over and they get the ball in the 34.
That was a huge emotional response by that Eastwood defense to not allow those penalties to get the better of them.
Rayford. Nice job to stand him up and push him back. First man there, Nick Parsley.
C.J. Hall there as well. And once again, a host of black shirts. They're not letting him bust off the initial hit like he has done in previous games. Just look at all the black shirts in the hole there. That's tackle by committee.
Yes, it is.
And you need a committee to tackle Jaden Rayford.
I'm thinking Nick Parsley may be the chairman of that committee.
Yes, he is. He's the president and CEO.
Second down and 8. Play action. Pickrell taking a shot for Haas. Good defensive play by Matthews. He went up and knocked it away.
Yeah, they took a shot on second down. There was a little bit of a window, but Matthews closed it very, very quickly. Good job coming from his safety position. A pretty well thrown ball.
So now a third down and 8 for Eastwood. Little misdirection. Coombs. Good reaction inside. C.J. Hall got a piece of him, and Coombs couldn't get free.
Now, I said this to you at halftime. I feel like there's a little wing counter here to Coombs, but I feel like at some point, Coach Rutherford's got to take a chance, and whether it's a fake punt, but I feel like this is a situation where at some point in the second half, you got to try that. I'm not sure if it's going to be right now, but to keep the football.
McCauley in punt formation. Waits the snap at about his 32. Kind of off the side of his foot. And it takes a Wheelersburg roll. And the Pirates will have pretty good field position out at the 35, 36 yard line. So now let's see how effective Trent Salyers is. He's a little hobbled on that play before the punt.
He's in there, but it's interesting. I think both teams, both faithful that are watching this game, they're kind of getting a dose of their own medicine of what they've done to other teams this year, facing a defense like this and getting stymied offensively. They're not used to that offensively.
Little toss to Reyes. Look at the white jerseys flagged from the backside of the play. There's 7 white jerseys on that sideline.
Well, and Corey Kaufman again stuck his nose in there. I mean, he was the first guy there. And the rest of the white shirts coming to the party, that's impressive. They run to the ball as good as anything I've seen. Division 5.
Holding. Number 71 on the offense. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot. Replay first down.
And you saw the penalty right there. Ball all the way back to the 25-yard line now because it's a spot of the infraction penalty.
And that's Corey Kaufman coming up. I mean, he's aggressive coming off the edge. He's done that all day long to cause that penalty.
So it's 1st and 22. Salyers. Incomplete. Intended receiver Lowry. Alex Ross made sure he wasn't going to get that.
Yeah, Ross made him pay, throwing the vertical seam, and Lowry's getting up a little bit slow. That's what you're supposed to do as a free safety. You got to get there and disconnect the football. It's a good hit.
Nice and low.
It's a good legal hit.
Yep.
That's what you're supposed to do.
That's where you get back and say, can you bring that down a little bit, quarterback?
Please,
Greg Fry, quarterback.
Yeah, don't hang me out to dry over the middle. Thank you.
2nd down and 22. Holden gets it. Tanner Holden trying to cut it upfield, but again, 5, 6 white jerseys pursuing the football.
You know, and they run the jet sweep to him short side. I don't know if I agree with running that short side. Run to the wide side. I mean, you caught him off guard, but there's no room. I'd like the call to get him a jet sweep, but there's no real estate.
And there's a lot of white jerseys filling the holes. 3rd down, 16.
With Josh McCauley just mirroring Tanner Holden to take away that little screen.
Salyers looking down the sidelines. Keenan has it. A nice grab by Keeney. Bryson Keeney. That was the play they had effectively earlier. They ran Keeney behind Holden.
Holden attracted all the attention. He was the outside receiver, came in. Keeney went out. Good read there by Salyers to make the throw. The defense is just looking at Holden the whole way, and he throws it over the top of the outside linebacker. And that's McCauley, he's got to pay attention to Tanner Holden.
Ball inside the 45-yard line of Eastwood at the 44, 1st and 10. And moving into the backfield is Horsley, Evan Horsley with the carry.
And how about Salyers gutting it out? He's limping a little bit, and I'll tell you, to make that throw with a bad wheel, very impressive.
2-yard pickup for Horsley. Second down and 8. Quickly to Holden, Tanner Holden, and just as quickly, Corey Kaufman gets on him and makes the tackle.
What a game by Corey Kaufman. I mean, he is just explosive off the edge from his outside linebacker position.
That'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Both of these defenses have been outstanding. 7-6. It's the Division 5 championship game.
This is it. This is what you worked for. This is what you fought for. This is what you live for. The state championships. Steubenville, Clinton Massey, Saturday at 2:30 on Spectrum Sports, exclusively on Spectrum. This is it. This is what you worked for. This is what you fought for. This is what you live for. The state championships live here on Spectrum Sports, exclusively on Spectrum.
Value. It's a word that seems to have lost its meaning. But for us, it's more than a word. At Spectrum, we believe in giving you more than you expect, for less. Like more on-demand choices, faster download speeds, more Wi-Fi hotspots to connect to, and above all, no contracts, no hidden charges, no surprises. Because that's the way we'd expect to be treated too. Spectrum, redefining what a cable company can be.
There you see where we are, and Antonio Salinas says, here we are, a sack back across midfield, and they'll spot it right at midfield. All the people that are first team All-State have shown up in this game.
What's impressive, he just comes on a little bit of an X stunt off the edge, and he has just been a beast today. Watch him, he's going to come inside on the X stunt, he totally whiffed on the block. And Trent Sowers, he can't wait. He's trying to pump fake and go deep, and there's no way he's got time to get rid of the ball.
So Xander Carmichael lines up in punt formation back at his 35-yard line. And again, a driving spiral. Ross makes a one-man miss, but the black jerseys are pursuing just like the white jerseys on kick coverage and defense. Ball at the 20, 1st and 10, Eastwood.
Great punt coverage. Good job with the kicks in the second half by Carmichael.
So here comes Jake Pickerel trying to lead his Eagles offense. They spot him at the 18. So they say his forward progress was just to the 18.
This Eastwood defense has been stellar in the third quarter. They've dodged some bullets with the penalties and a couple big pass plays, but they're keeping them in it.
Brayford. Oh my. Nice job of knifing in. And that's Xander Carmichael, first team All-State linebacker.
Great read. You see him just moving his feet and just knife through there right at the feet. Nice play. Nice play. That's fun to watch.
There's some textbook defense being played all over this field. Loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11.
You know I'm an offensive guy, but I'm enjoying this. This is good stuff.
Little play action. Pickerel has a man. Combs. Oh, can't run onto it. Good job of closing by Matthews, too. Pickerel took a hit. Delivered a pretty good pass for a guy that doesn't throw a lot.
I think Combs slowed up a little bit. I think he was a little shocked that Pickerel could still make that throw. He's going to set up to his right, and he's going to throw back this way. What a throw. He takes a shot. He slowed up a little bit.
Yeah.
That ball was right where it needed to be.
Now, there's no guarantee he was going to make that catch because Matthews was coming with intents of separating him from it, but 3rd down and 11. Little rollout this time. Pickerel looking for a nice catch. As Lowry tried to undercut it, and Tyler Haas showed, I can catch the football.
Wow, we talked about, hey, can Jake Pickerel throw the football? And we know he can throw the football, but what a play by Tyler Haas. And what a throw to the outside on the run, by the way.
Over the defender.
I mean, that's what you see on Sundays. That's Julio Jones right there. Wow.
Making use of his 6'5" wide receiver, Tyler Haas. You see his catches for the season. Flag. False start.
Oh, that's, you get a 1st down, then you go 5 yards backwards. But that is a huge.
Good ball. False start. Offense, number 61. A 5-yard penalty. First down.
Huge pickup on 3rd down. Yep, there you go. A little bit of movement.
So that'll move the ball back to the 26-yard line. Craig Rutherford first-year head coach, took over from his dad, legendary head coach at Eastwood. And a little inside handoff.
Yeah, there was the trap. They haven't run that yet today, as far as I know. That's a nice little pickup that gets him almost back to the original marker.
C.J. Hall made the tackle, yeah.
There's the trap right there, and he actually misses, but they pick about 3.5.
Pretty good recognition on that.
Yeah, it really was. That's a bread and butter play for them. Again, Pirates watch film too.
Second down and 12 for the Eagles offense. Coombs, nice pursuit to the football. C.J. Hall.
I'm not so sure I've seen a game like this where two defenses run to the ball as aggressively as these guys do.
And keep in mind, these are two high-powered offenses that each team is holding down. Third down and 10. Wheelersburg faithful on a stop. Play action. Oh, all kinds of pressure. Pickrell gets free. Incomplete. But a nice job by Pickrell to just get out of jail and throw that away.
It could have been an easily a 10-yard plus loss. Throwing it away really picks up 10 yards, which is pretty critical right here. There's nothing doing downfield, and there's good pressure. Of course, guess who? Nick Parsley. That's a great job getting rid of the football. That's a 10-yard save, and from a standpoint right now where the field position is, that's big.
So dropping back to kick it away is Josh McCauley. Matthews awaiting the kick. High driving spiral. Matthews goes over his head and takes a huge roll, and it will be downed at the 13-yard line. We're going to step aside and take a quick timeout. 8:40 remaining in the Division V state championship game. We've got a good one going. We'll be right back.
Tuesday nights are for Ohio college football. Spectrum Sports is teaming up with your favorite site where Ohio State fans gather. 11 Warriors Report. Join the pros from 11 Warriors as they preview the week ahead and deliver everything Scarlet and Gray fans need to know. 11 Warriors Report. Tuesday nights. Only on Spectrum Sports. Exclusively on Spectrum.
On the spectacular new campus of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the OHSAA Football State Championships return to Canton November 30th through December 2nd at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. The pinnacle of the high school season returns to the birthplace of football as Stark County welcomes back all 7 title games. Log on to the football page at ohsaa.org for information on the state playoffs and tickets. Make it a weekend to remember with the state championships and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Don't miss your chance to be part of history.
Wheelersburg coach Rob Woodard realized in his first season he was asking players to take leadership roles but wasn't teaching them how to be leaders. He started a 30-minute leadership breakfast before school on Fridays with 5 to 8 students. Now, 9 years later, it's turned into a breakfast feast for the entire team and more. Every Friday during the season, 140-plus students, athletes, and community members begin their day with an inspirational message from guests to help create the framework around, as well as a perspective of what it takes to be a leader. It's become so big, they have to host it at the Wheelersburg United Methodist Church. Well done, Coach Rob Woodard. Teach these guys how to be leaders. Little pitch, some running room for the first time, a little bit of a seam. It's closed quickly, but a good gain by Horsley on the run.
That's just really running power. They're doing it with a pitch, but that's just coming right at that left side of the offensive line, bringing 2 guys up in the hole. Pulling a guard, running back up in the hole as well. That's a good run.
Out across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Now it's important for Coach Woodward to get some reading room and some first downs, choose some clock. If you're the Pirates,
Xander Carmichael, and that's blown up.
Tyler Schmeltz cleaned it up, but that was stopped up front.
Henline and Kaufman. Corey Kaufman, Zach Henline on that side. Went low, and low man wins in power football.
Well, and I go back to that punt. 57-yard punt set up, really flipped the field. This defense on the other side, if you're Coach Rutherford, get a stop here, short field. You got what you want. 5 minutes, probably about 5 minutes to go in the game.
3rd down and 4. Holden. Timeout. Wheelersburg. Obviously, big play. It's 7:21 left, but this, if you can hold them, if you're Eastwood, if you can hold them and get that done, that's a huge plus for that defense.
Big play. Big play.
Stay tuned to Spectrum Sports for the Division I championship game between the Mentor Cardinals and the Pickerington Central Tigers at 8 p.m. with OHSAA championship pregame at 7:30 right here on Spectrum Sports. That's another one that should be a good one, Greg Fry.
That is going to be a great matchup. Those are two teams. Both teams have been to the state final. Mentor 3 times, Pick Central twice without a win. And a couple of those have been very painful for the Mentor Cardinals and Coach Trevisano. Something's going to give tonight because those two teams are playing at a high level.
High level? You said high level? How about this Division 5 game and the defense that we've seen for both of these teams? And if that lady wants them to light them up, she's loved this because the defenses have been lighting up the offenses all game long here in the Division 5 title game. 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, hold split wide, one-on-one.
They're going to run to the short side and a 1st down. Matthews.
Great job by Coach Woodward. He set up a decoy, put Holden to the wide side, and then ran it to the short side. Great block. C.J. Hall, 71 outside. Good job leading the way. That's a big 1st down.
Bryson Keeney, the wide receiver, set a block that got him the 1st down. Ball across 25 at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs for the Pirates. Matthews. Not much running room that time. Schmeltz there.
Schmeltz was there and a host of other white shirts, but Coach Woodward is running that ball near his sideline. Every time they're running left. Look at the white shirts running the football there. I mean, Schmeltz, 5'10", 182. He's playing like 220.
Gavin Slotman kind of got up there and turned him back in. No gain, 2nd down and 10.
Slotman's been having a game. That whole defensive line, that front 7, just so impressive. And Sayers here has got to manage the clock, take care of the football.
Matthews caught in the backfield. Good penetration. Antonio Salinas. Matching Nick Parsley. First team for first team vote there.
Well, he wasn't blocked. I mean, he just came off the edge. He's going to come to the right-hand side right here. I mean, he's going to make that play all day long.
3rd down
as well.
3rd down and 11 now.
And now you got to be careful. I mean, this is you really got to be careful. Take care of the football. You've burned some clock. You got to rely on your defense here. You be tough to get a 1st down.
Little pump fake, double move, looking for Holden, and it was well covered. Tyler Haas, step for step, 4th down punting situation for the Pirates.
I don't mind that call. It's a little pump and go. It's a home run or not, and you can call that if you trust your quarterback. And Sayers did a good job of throwing that away because it wasn't there. They didn't bite at all.
And he clearly wasn't trying to fit it in.
He just threw that away. Good job, being patient.
Xander Carmichael in punt formation.
And the punt return, it's been there all day. I mean, this is a great way for Eastwood to score.
Alex Ross awaiting the kick. Kind of off the side of his foot. And Haas wisely gets out of the way. And Eastwood's going to have good field position near midfield with just over 5 minutes remaining. And the difference in the game thus far is a point after attempt that was not converted.
When that was close. I mean,
I know that was
really close. But Coach Rutherford's, hey, you know what? You got the ball on your own 49, 5 minutes to go. You got one.
Exactly. If I'd have told Coach Rutherford that at the beginning of the game, he'd say, let's go.
He'd take it. Absolutely. We're going to run the ball and win the game. That's what they've done all year.
Rayford. And the black jerseys just like magnets to Jaden Rayford.
And I'm telling you right now, I would not throw the football here. I would run it and run it and run it, because that's what you do. You got to go with your best. And if the Pirates defense shuts this down, C.J. Hall on the play there, if they shut it down, you tip your hat. But go with your best.
Second down and 8 after the 2-yard pickup. Inside handoff, Rayford. Nice job. That was a different look. They got him the ball quick, and he was close to the line of scrimmage, and he gets across the 45 to the 44 of Wheelersburg.
That was a quick handoff. I believe that was a trap. Yep, you see the guard pull in the trap right there. Nice quick hitter. Now you got third and short. That's what you want. I mean, it's 2-down territory clearly.
Third down and 3. Damron has the first near the 40.
And I think they got to go to him a little bit more. He was successful earlier in this game. You know, clearly that defense is keying on Jaden Rayford, but Damron, he's got their only touchdown. Good job on the pulls. Look at the guys leading out front out there, 58-62.
Dunany with the tackle. Another defender that's had an outstanding game, Avery Dunany.
Yeah, Reed Buckman and Seth Welch, the guards out there leading the way for the big first down. They move the chains, and they're a touchdown away from winning the state championship.
The first ever for Eastwood. Ball at the 40-yard line. Oh, Rayford has some room. One-man miss. Jaden Rayford in the clear, cuts it back. He's at the 10-yard line.
Woo! He ran the trap again. But I'll tell you, that's a great open field tackle to bring him down and not score. Again, they just run the trap right up the middle, right at him. He cuts it back, but 63 on the tackle. Nick Parsley on the tackle.
Downfield, there he is, Nick Parsley. He is all over the field.
If the Pirates win, that tackle right there could be the difference, because there's no guarantee they're going to score here. They got a chance, but 10 yards.
Over 100 yards after that run is Rayford. Rayford again. Fights forward. Nick Parsley on his back.
How about Nick Parsley downfield making the play? Get out of here. That's a defensive lineman making those plays all over the place.
That's why he's first team All-State.
Incredible. Look, he just comes off the block. He sheds the block. Addison Clark stood him up. He threw him down and made the play.
Second and goal from the 8.
I still think Damron's got to touch the football somewhere in here. Yeah, they're in the trap again. They're not there.
Nice job by Jeremy Cooper.
Blew it up. Yeah, one too many times going to the well in the trap. That's a good stop. Good anticipation.
So now third down and goal.
Yeah, see, I think that's the one where you had to give it to Damron. But
here's the question for you, Greg Fry. If you're at this point on the field, you try a field goal.
I'd say if it's outside the 3-yard line, yeah, you got to. You have to. Depends on this play.
Third and goal from the 8.
Oh, they jumped. They got him.
Coombs in motion. Offside.
Oh, my.
Well, now it's going to be
good ball. Encroachment. Half the distance. On the defense. Good return.
Pickle with the long count. That's gutsy to do it this time of the year. Oh, guess who they got?
Well,
Partially jumped, but somebody on the other side jumped too.
So it's now 3rd and goal from the 4.
I mean, it's an extra point from here.
I know.
You got it. I mean, unless you're on the half-yard line, I think you got to kick it. That's why we're up here.
Yeah.
I think they'd rather just score here and end it.
3rd and goal from the 4. Rayford. He's going to get into the end zone. Eastwood takes the lead. They'll go for 2. Jaden Rayford finds the end zone. 12-7. 2-point conversion attempt coming up for the Eagles.
What a drive. And this is important. Very important, because there's 1:27 left. And for that Wheelersburg offense, that's nothing. Wheelersburg has 1 timeout in 1:27. That's an eternity for them. This is a very important 2-point conversion. And they're going to he's got to call a timeout because
Eastwood has all 3 of their timeouts left.
Here.
So Eastwood trying to finish off what would be the first state championship in school history in the first season that Craig Rutherford has been their head coach. He took over for his dad, Jerry Rutherford, who was the legendary head coach, and that's a heck of a job to get into the end zone by.
That's a heck of a job, and they decoyed him. They pulled the right guard. It was totally that's decoy. 58 pulled, and they ran with him, and that's where they ran the football. It wasn't even a trap.
So you come into this game 14-0 in your first season as head coach. He was the defensive coordinator for his dad for a number of years. And he is 1 minute and 27 seconds away from reaching the top and where the goal has been.
That's pretty special. I get emotional about that. I mean,
yeah.
His dad has done so many great things for this program for such a long time and passed the torch.
In a season he knew had the potential to be special. And his dad came right out and said, he's been pretty much the head coach as the defensive coordinator the last few years.
That's a great. There's always
a great story.
That's pretty good.
And there you see it. 36 touchdowns as Jaden Rayford sets the school record.
And number 36 was a big one.
Yeah, it was. So now they'll go for 2. Here the Eagles.
Fake it to Rayford, give it to Damron.
Little play action, wide open. They convert as they throw it.
Wow.
And Zach Henline, the tight end, gets the 2-point conversion, 14-7. Eastwood leading Wheelersburg, just 1:27 remaining.
What a great play call. That was clearly wide open. That's what happens. You got a great running back and everybody's keying on. Look at it, 5 shirts on him. Nobody on the tight end. Woohoo! How about Jake Pickrell? Didn't throw it very much, but when he needed to throw it, he made some big throws.
You know, Coach Rutherford on the conference call we had said, we feel like we can throw the football if we need to. We really haven't needed to.
Right.
I tend to agree with that assessment.
Well, I like Jake Pickrell as a quarterback. I mean, he's very effective. He's patient. He's been very elusive on that last drive. Made a couple big throws. Had a couple good throwaways. But as I said, there's 1:27
Yes,
left.
there is. And Wheelersburg, they've got guys that can make plays. You see, Wheelersburg came from behind 12 points in the 4th quarter to get here. They've been down in the 4th quarter a couple of times. Kind of similar, as you see. Gave up 8 points in this 4th quarter.
Well, I go back to that last drive defensively. They called a timeout on 3rd down. Offensively, Wheelersburg had a 3rd down. Didn't have to call it. He chose to call it. He's only got 1 left. We'll see if that's enough.
Here's the kickoff. Reyes backpedaling from his 8. Little bit of room out to the 25. 1:20 remaining. 4th quarter. Wheelersburg needs 7.
Well, this defense has been stellar all second half. They really have been amazing, shutting out this Pirates offense. But the end of the first half, we saw this.
The other thing we've seen a couple of times is Tanner Holden running down the sidelines and Bryce Keeney running inside of him.
I think Holden's got to be involved at some point, but you got to involve everybody here.
They get it out quickly, deflected by McCauley, but it's caught, and the ball's loose.
How about Josh McCauley? I mean, he's not going to allow him to throw that little receiver screen. Boy, very fortunate to pick that football up. I believe it was Haywood, the center, that got on top of that ball.
Now there's a heck of a play by Lowry, Cole Lowry.
He loses it, and your center picks up the ball. That could have saved the season.
McCauley, there you see the hand. Lowry just turns. It's like the tip drill. And
yeah, Haywood, Balin Haywood, the center, picked that football up.
And Tyler Haas, that's an important guy that they're helping up. That's the 6'6" guy that can match up physically with Tanner Holden. And he looks to be okay,
Yeah,
but he's got to sit out a play.
That makes things interesting. Now, I wonder if Coach Woodward's aware of that. I'd be thinking jump ball to Tanner Holden right now.
Take a shot deep. Trent Salyers.
You know it. Here it comes.
There it is. Holden. Good defense. Pickrell came in and made the play. The quarterback came in. Jake Pickrell. And they'll get Tyler Haas back in there in a hurry.
That's knowing your personnel. Great job by Coach Rutherford there. I mean, that's just, you bring your quarterback in, you put him one-on-one because you know where the ball is going to go. And I would do the same thing. I'd throw the ball to him. That's great coverage. Alex Ross there as well. Jake Pickerel.
Third down and 9.
Haas is back in.
Salyers has a man open. Complete. Keeney out to the 44.
Similar to the play we saw before, and Josh McCauley is going to knock them out of bounds. That's a big pickup. Huge pickup to keep the drive alive. 39 seconds. They still have their timeout. Barely stays in bounds. He's got 1 foot down. Great job.
Salyers hit as he throws. Incomplete. Salinas went through a blocker to get a piece of Salyers.
Well, it's a good thing because he's looking for Tanner Holden, and I would be too. He's going to come from left-hand side. He gets there. It's just impressive all day long.
Second down and 10.
I mean, Holden's a broken tackle from tying this thing up.
Salyers.
Wheel route.
He's got a man. He's got it. Lowry pushed out of bounds, but down to the 25.
Great play by Josh McCauley, but a better play. A great throw by Trent Salyers. He's banged up. And it was the correct read. Holden goes on the post to the inside. The wheel route to the outside to Lowry. Great throw. Great catch.
Inside of 30 seconds. Ball at the 25 of Eastwood. Wheelersburg down 7. Salyers. Holden has it. Knocked down at the 12. A first down. Ooh. Wow. Clock stops while they set the chains. And a timeout by Eastwood.
I like that timeout. I really do. Get your defense composed because your defense is rattled. You got Trent Salyers in a rhythm. Holden makes a great catch over the middle. First down. Knocking on the door.
So now the defense will reassess this. It's first and 10 from the 12. Again, you got to get into the end zone.
Now, the naysayers here would say, well, gee, you just gave the offense time. But I think defensively, you got to regroup. You got to, because defensively, if Eastwood could get pressure, they get a sack, you got to use your timeout. That could be ball game. They have to get pressure.
Yes. Trent Salyers has just shown what he can do.
At the risk of, holding one-on-one, I would come after him. I wouldn't let him sit back there.
Now that two-point conversion that we said was so important is huge.
It's big. But Salinas, Headline, those guys got to get to the quarterback.
So here you see 6 plays, 63 yards, 3 first downs, started at their own 25. They're now at the Eastwood 12. 1st and 10, 23 seconds remaining.
You got Pickrell's one-on-one. He's covered.
They set up the screen, wide open. Matthews, he takes it in. We're a point after away from a tie game. Great read by Trent Salyers. And a great call.
That's an awesome call. It's a little delay right on the backfield. We saw this in the first half. What a great call. Sitting in the backfield, he's going to not even chip and go on the linebacker. He just runs right past the linebackers. That was the play call all the way. Excellent call.
So Jalen Miller will try to split the uprights and tie us up with 17 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. And he does it. 14 all, 17 seconds remaining in the Division V state championship game between two. About the heart of that young man.
Yeah,
he's kind of banged up, and here you see 2nd and 4th quarters are where you score points in this one.
Wheelersburg has been gutsy in the playoffs. They've come back. This is their 3rd time coming back, twice to win, this time to tie it. So do you pooch this? Here's the question. Do you pooch it or kick it deep? Because Eastwood's been close on a couple returns today. Their return game is very, very solid.
McCauley and Coombs are the deep backs for Eastwood.
He kicked it out of bounds. Not even close. Well, they're not going to get a return, that's for sure. I mean, that was a snap hook out of bounds. That was out of bounds going further right.
Are you saying it's like one of my drives?
Say your drive. I've done that too.
So it will be first.
Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 35.
I was just going to say that. 1st and 10 from the 35.
Well, it's called overtime. Barring anything, I mean, we've seen crazier things.
Yes.
Does Coach Rutherford, does he throw it here? I don't like the idea of throwing it here and chance to pick. I like run the football, play for OT. Maybe a buck one.
Inside handoff. Rayford.
Nick.
It's going to be. Yeah.
We need one of those buttons.
Nick
press the button that says Nick Parsley on the tackle.
And 4 quarters of football has not been enough to decide the Division V state championship. We're going to overtime here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. And again, each team will have a chance to get the ball. Here is the overtime rules. Visiting team calls the coin toss. The winner chooses offense or defense or which end of the field. Each team gets a possession starting at the 20. 1 timeout per overtime, no clock.
Wow.
1 winner.
1 winner.
And you know, that's both of these teams have played well enough to be Division V state champs. Not the way the game works, though.
Agree. Yeah, 2 14-0 teams going overtime. That's from a spectator standpoint, from a fan standpoint. Boy, this is good stuff.
Well, let's take a look at Wheelersburg, how they moved down with just over a minute and a half left. And Salyers, a huge completion to Keeney.
Keeney's been his go-to guy today in that situation.
And here's another one to Lowry.
On the wheel route. And then he hits Holden on the crosser.
And then Matthews on the great call.
4 different receivers. I mean, that's a great drive. That's it. Trent Salyers, huge.
Again, first team All-State. And different throws, showing touch, showing the ability to get it into a tight window.
And he's banged up, too. I mean, his feet aren't as mobile as he would like to be. That's just called guts right there.
Showing a lot of heart, Trent Salyers. By the way, he's just a junior.
Oh, by the way.
So, a good look at Craig Rutherford. So you want to be a head coach.
Well, this is a situation where, to me, you really want to win the toss and play defense first, so you can get a stop and you know what you're doing. I like that position.
We're going to step aside for a quick timeout. When we return, overtime football to decide the Division V state champion.
Sweetheart, think about your future. Jeff over there did, and just look at him. He saved up, bought a house, he's got a beautiful wife. They even had a fancy pants destination wedding, and oh, they had a baby! Ah! Smart and handsome, ooh la la. Now, I've been saving these frames for pictures of my future grandbabies for years. And the shopping sprees on organic clothing and telephone cases is not helping you save for a family. Oh, gracious! Look at that! He's a model! Oh. I bet you he's putting all that money right into a 401k or his baby's college fund. And his teeth are so straight. See how good saving can look at feedthepig.org. Feed the pig.
So Wheelersburg will have the football to start this overtime. Ball will be at the 20. A turnover ends the possession and would put Eastwood on offense.
Well, Eastwood won the toss, chose defense, which...
Here you go, the last overtime game in Division V, 1995. Salyers underneath, Matthews fights forward inside the 15. McCauley on the stop. Nice job by Matthews, getting an extra 3-4 yards on that play.
That's pretty well defended. Good job being patient with it by Salyers to find the open receiver. The offensive line has done a great job in the last 2 series of protecting Trent Salyers. That's the one thing where Eastwood's got to find a way to get pressure. Salinas has been quiet here the last couple drives.
Picked up 6, so it's 2nd down and 4. Holden, little jet sweep. Holden trying to cut it upfield. Great pursuit again by the Eagles. Picked up a couple, but that looked like it was going somewhere at the beginning of that.
Alex Ross finished it off, but it was a good job stretching that out. And I like the play call. I mean, give it to your guy and let him get outside. And he's hit one seam, and he can make the play. Good job by Gavin Slatman to turn that thing back inside because he knew the help was coming. Tyler Schmeltz there as well.
3rd down and 2. They bring in Carmichael, Xander Carmichael, into the backfield. He gets the handoff. I don't think he got it.
Yeah, there's penetration off the edge. He does not have it.
It's going to be 4th and less than a yard.
Corey Kaufman off the edge.
It's another guy we've been calling all game long.
Oh, boy. I would not want to be Rob Woodward right here. This is, they're saying kick it. Well, you got a great kicker in Jalen Miller. He's 7 out of 11.
Also converted a school record 43-yard field goal earlier in the season.
They weren't ready to kick this. This is interesting. Miller was waiting on the other sideline.
I think he was kicking into the net.
This is a tough call here. 4th and 1. I mean, it's like, you know, you got a good kicker. You'd much rather have 4th at an inch, maybe. And he's going to call timeout and think about it. He's not sure. I like the timeout here.
Well, if you kick it, you know, if your defense keeps them out of the end. They've shown they don't really want to kick a field goal, being Eastwood. So
that is true.
If you kick this field goal, you know if your defense keeps them out of the end zone.
That's a good point. It's a good point. Although, 4th and 1, I mean,
I'm making it up as I go along.
But you're right.
Yeah.
It's a great point. It's a great point. You got a good kicker. He's 7 out of 11. You got odds. You could be up 3 points.
Right.
I'd play defense against that, knowing the other team can't kick it. But at the same time, you'd like to think that you can get a yard.
Yes.
You know?
And you have the weapons to do that.
You could also say go for it because they're probably not going to kick a field goal on the other side. We just got to stop them.
Correct.
If we don't get it.
So
I'm saying he's going to go. I'm saying he's going to go. I think. To me, I like going down swinging. I mean, it's just, you know, it's a tough decision, but I'd say go. This is a formation we saw earlier. The direct snap to
Xander Carmichael.
They're going to run left.
Carmichael.
Little
jump pass. Holden. Touchdown. Wow. Deep into the playbook. Xander Carmichael to Tanner Holden for the touchdown.
If the Pirates hold on, that play will go down in Wheelersburg history.
Jalen Miller now on to try the point after. And he drills it. 21-14. So now the Eagles know they got to get in the end zone.
What a play call. That took some kahunas to call that one. But again, I like the fact that you're going, I mean, you're playing for broke. I mean, you're here. What a great call. And great execution by Carmichael. Remember, he dropped that snap earlier in the game.
Yes, he did. And the pass wasn't a thing of beauty, but it was effective enough.
It didn't have to be. There was nobody back there. Wow. Well,
the thing is, you got the ball in your big-time playmaker's hands on that play.
I like that you're going down with your best. He went with his best. It was a gutsy call. You know, we made an argument for the kick, but I think at the end of the day, you're 14-0. You got to go. Now they got to get a stop, and they win.
Rayford is the back. He gets the handoff. He has room. Jaden Rayford running over people, picks up 9.
That's how you want to start. That's exactly how you want to start. 2nd and 1. Great job. Nice kick out there by Seth Welsh. Excellent, excellent job. And I think you want to pick up some yards here so you get first down inside that 10-yard line. You don't want first to go on the 10. You want it first to go on the 6 or the 5. So this is an important play. Not only get a first down, but pick up a few more. Don't forget Damron.
There's Rayford. Damron leading the way. And that is it. Ball game over as Wheelersburg recovers. And the Pirates are Division V state champs. Oh, a tough way to go down. Whew.
I mean, I don't even know what to say for the Eastwood faithful. They're set up to score the winning touchdown, and Rayford fumbles. But give credit to that Wheelersburg defense for making the stop. I mean, we haven't seen turnovers today. I think that's the first one.
Yeah. And I can certainly understand how the Eastwood players feel. You played your heart out, you played well, but at the end of the day, Wheelersburg made one more play than you did.
I know that feeling. I've been there. When you play football long enough or you coach football long enough, you're going to have those experiences. And, boy, at this moment, not the one you want to see, not the way you want to go down.
Tanner Holden caught the touchdown pass from Xander Carmichael in overtime that won the state championship. And then the defense created a turnover to end it.
Trailing 14-7 with 1:23 to go, and you score to tie it, go overtime, and then you score in overtime to win. That's big stuff.
Wheelersburg, state champs for the first time since 1989. Second time in school history. And there is no height that they have not reached here in 2017.
So they're going to get to the back of their locker room and put that last towel and last rung of the locker.
And they earned it.
Yeah, I would say they did. They certainly did.
This championship was not given to them by any means. They went out and earned it, did the Wheelersburg Pirates.
What a great football game. A physical football game. A well-played football game. Both teams totally laid it on the line.
I said it earlier, and I say it even more now. This is a game that neither team deserved to lose.
No.
But unfortunately, somebody has to win these tournament games.
Yes. That's when you go 14-0 and you lose like this, how do you put a value on that? But it is the way it works.
Yeah.
But Coach Rutherford, he's with his team now. That's you can't fault them for their effort. It was exceptional today. Exceptional.
Yeah. There's literally, you look back at it, and they did everything a champion does.
Yes. Yeah, they were in position. They did. It was most impressive. I'm impressed with what they did. They can hold their heads high.
Let's head down to Gabriella Cruz. Gabby?
Thank you, guys. Well, Coach, 1989 was a long time ago. You guys come up with your second state title. Everybody loud. Some tears have been shed. What are your thoughts after that type of battle?
You prepare all year for a game like that, plays like that need to be made, but it's kids that got to go out and execute them, and boy, did they do that tonight. Defense outstanding. Offense made plays when they had to. That's a great high school football game.
What can you say about these guys and all the leadership? You hinted at it at halftime, how these guys can pick each other up.
Mentally and physically, we have worked hard for this moment, and it all led to this right here.
Congratulations, Coach.
A lot to be proud of if you are the head coach of the Wheelersburg Pirates. Think about that. You just gave up a touchdown with under a minute and a half left. You're down 7. You found a way to become state champs.
He's in shock. He doesn't know what to say right now. He said all the right things, but he is in shock because that last 20 minutes was a blur to him. But you know what? He made the right calls. He put his team in position, which is a coach. That's what you're supposed to do. And his senior leaders and that team stepped up and got it done. Trailing once again to come back.
We had touched on that. There's something to be said for when you're down and you figure out a way to come back and win. That does something. You get a sense of we can overcome, and I think that played into the Pirates.
Well, if you're going to win a championship at any level, you got to have some character. You got to be able to overcome some adversity. As you look at how that Columbus Academy game, they trailed by 10 points in that game. Last week against Middletown Madison, they trailed 10-0. They came back and won 15-10. Scored 15 unanswered in the second half. And today, we documented that. They came back again. That's a team with a lot of character and a lot of leadership in that locker room. And it starts with the coaching staff.
Tanner Holden catches the touchdown pass. That in overtime that ends up being the state championship winner. And Holden, the Division 5 Offensive Player of the Year. A guy that played against Columbus Waterson earlier in the year, caught 4 touchdown passes, and caught the eye of the wife of Urban Meyer Let's take a look at this, and let's look at the defense here. And there's the hit that brought it out.
That's Avery Danini, made a hit. Let's see who recovered it. Danini's going to make the hit. Separates the football.
I think it's Lowry that got on it. Yeah,
Cole
Lowry.
Cole Lowry recovered it. But made great execution by the offensive line. Rayford running for extra yards, which he's done all day long.
And they're inside the 5 at that point.
One great tackle with the helmet on the football. That's just, I mean, it's just, oh my, wow. I mean, I really, really feel for Eastwood. That's just, I would have liked to see them score and go another overtime to play this out. But you know what? As you say, this is how it's got to end.
And Eastwood making their first ever appearance in a state championship game. Let's listen in to Dr. Dan Ross.
What an unbelievable state championship game. Let's give these two teams an unbelievable state championship round of applause. Coach Rutherford and the Eagles, I know you're disappointed because you had a tremendous goal, a tremendous season, and it ended in an overtime, a tough, tough game, but you have had a season. Four, 14 wins and 1 loss. 5 new school records this year, including most wins, which was 14, which you established last week. 2 straight Northern Buckeye Conference championships. 11th, yes, give them a round of applause. This is your 11th playoff appearance, your first regional title, and today was your first appearance in a final game. What a wonderful year. This doesn't happen without a tremendous group of seniors. I know there's 19 seniors, and you have had a tremendous career. I know the Herd, the Swarm, and the Coal Miners have all joined with the seniors and pulled together to make a marvelous season. And I know that the red, blue, and white of Eastwood and everyone in Wood County is very, very proud of you. On behalf of our 822 member schools, our board of directors, and our staff, Mr. Catafias has your trophy. And let's give a big round of applause for the Division 5 runner-up Eastwood Eagles.
Dr. Dan Ross, the OHSAA Executive Director, assisted by Tony Deem and Kevin Catafias from the OHSAA Board of Directors, presenting the 2017 Division 5 State Runner-Up Trophy to the Eagles from Pemberville Eastwood High School.
And now, Dr. Dan Ross, Ohio Athletic Association Executive Director, assisted by Tony Dean and Kevin Catafias from the OHSAA Board of Directors, will present the 2017 Division 5 State Championship Trophy to the Pirates from Wheelersburg High School.
Are there any Pirate fans in this house? Coach Woodward and the Pirates, what a tremendous season. One wonderful thing, it's been 28 years. You've been here twice, and twice you're going back to the east side of Scioto County with a state championship trophy. "15 wins, no losses. This is your third straight 10-0 regular season. And 35 straight regular season victories, which is one of the highest in Ohio. This doesn't happen without a determined group of seniors. And I know you have 16 seniors on this team, and this senior group has won 51 games, and they have 4 losses. On behalf of our 822-member high schools, we know we're as proud of you as everyone here, everyone at home, everyone in the SOC, everyone in the Wheelersburg community, and everyone in Southern Ohio. I had people from Southern Ohio a little while. Please tell them we love the Pirates. We would like to have Mr. Dean from our Board of Control to present the state championship trophy in Division 5 to the Pirates of Wheelersburg High School. Congratulations, Pirates.
Final thoughts on this one, Greg Fry. This is, in my mind, an instant classic.
Absolutely. What a great football game. I've been having a pleasure to watch a lot of games over my years, and I'm not sure I've seen a defensive effort by both teams as good as this one to end 2 14-0 teams going to overtime to decide the Division 5 state championship. That's what it's all about. Congrats to the Pirates.
They earned it.
They did earn it.
Their
Clearly.
state title. So once again, today's final score, Wheelersburg 21, Eastwood 14 in overtime. Don't miss the Division I championship game between the Mentor Cardinals and the Pickerington Central Tigers tonight at 8 p.m. Coming up next, it's the championship post-game show. For Greg Feig, Gabby Cruz, and the entire Spectrum Sports crew, I'm Dave